Hello and welcome to Stage 2 of the New York City 2020 E-Prix event for the Formula E cars. In this particular stage, there's apparently dust on the track, so we have to meet a minimum speed requirement and also manage these tires that are slowly building grip. And don't sweat it. You might start this thinking, oh no, minimum speed, how am I going to go fast enough? It's a pretty easy stage. Just don't be banging into the walls a lot. It's very easy to do because this car has horrible grip. You can't even take this corner coming up here. You can't take it full throttle. So I'm going to have to lift a little bit. But, you know, I'm hitting minimum speed already and I'm still on lap 0. And so, yeah, not a very difficult stage. Just take it really easy. I'm trying to finish as high as I can. And so I might be pushing this a little bit too hard. Not quite sure of braking points with grip that's this bad. And then this car, watch this. This is funny. He's actually braking for that little corner. So these are really, really bad bots. I don't think I've ever seen a bot braking there. Like that's, I wouldn't even call that a corner. That's a slight turn or a slight change in direction. Anyhow, easy event. Something I'd like you guys to let me know about, people who drive with assists. Let me know if assists are still really messing you up on lap 0. Because we've been, the various game changers have been reporting this, and hopefully they're going to be able to get this fixed. Seems like that's what's happening, that on lap 0, the assists are really bad for people, and then they're not so bad on the other laps. I don't drive with assists. It's been so long since I have that I'm just a mess if I turn them on. I don't like it at all. So I'm not a good judge anymore because I just can't stand them. But I certainly remember a time when I needed them. Well, I felt like I needed them. I mean, obviously I learned how to drive without them. But there was a time that I just didn't want to learn how to do no assist driving yet. So, I mean, there's various reasons. Sometimes people just don't have time in the day or you just don't want to. No worries. The assists are there for you to use. You're definitely faster without them, but they should work properly for you. And I know that the guys in the past have said that they're trying to fix this. So anyways, lots about that. Let me know. Here I can get a little drafting in on these guys. And 75%, the car should be feeling pretty close to normal, but I went into this really not at the optimal point. But there you go, starting to feel normal once you get over 75%. And as you can see, no trouble managing the average speed requirement. Again, though, I'm heavily upgraded. I certainly should note that. If you haven't seen my Stage 1 video, I'd invite you to go check that out. I'm already over upgraded because I wanted maximum principal XP. So I bought the cheapest M tuning I could to get the principal XP that I wanted. And I'm doing that so that I can earn back gold in the time trial tournaments. There's one currently running, and then there should be one more yet, I believe. And I've got a good chance at getting Group A in both of those, which will be 100 gold in each. So that plus, I believe it's 50 gold we get in this event. I'm going to have to double check that, but I'm going to earn back a lot of the gold I spent on this car. And so anyways, I show some things about tuning in that one, a few tuning discussions. Now, this one said just do an inside pass. I'm avoiding that inside pass until I reach the first place car. Now, maybe if you finish this race early, you'll get first place. Let me know. So I'm just going to plow right by this guy. I'm not supposed to get damaged, but I'm just going to nick him a bit. And it gives me first place because that was the first place car. But sometimes they give you first place just because you finish your race. So let me know how you do that race and what position you got. Because you could have ended that race with the very first car. Now, something that's not showing you here, but that will show you in the next screen, is you can't go off track and you can't get damaged. And so there is off track on this particular track. If you're in Melbourne, there isn't off track, but on this track, there actually is. On that hairpin corner we were just at, you can actually go, I better double check that. In the past, you could go really far up there and it's not off track. It should be pretty clear. So coming up at the very end of this section, I believe there's an area there that's going to be blue. Let's just watch for that. So that would be off track to the right. Same with this area right in front of me into this corner. That's also blue. That would be off track. I need to work on that particular corner. That, for me, that corner that's a tricky corner for me for some reason. I don't know why, but I have trouble maximizing that corner. I'm doing better at that little chicane. Oh, sorry, chicane. I had you guys help me out with that before. Chicane, not chicane, and not chicken. Don't cut the chicken. And then this corner, I'm getting a more and more hang of that one too. That's a tight hairpin, but you can do really good on that corner. Again, this is an average speed race. No trouble at all. And then that little section there, that's a kind of a fun section to power out of. If you get the hang of it, it works really good. And I've started to do a lot more outside passes here. So I'm going to shove this guy. I'm going to block him from getting the line he wants. I certainly didn't optimize that corner because he's in my way. Come on, man. And this is a race where we're supposed to be managing our battery. Again, there's absolutely no challenge for that yet. I don't know how you could use up the battery in this race. I mean, you'd have to drive back and forth and back and forth and back and forth because there's way more battery than you could possibly need. So you'll have no trouble at this point. They're just wanting you to get used to the idea that there is a battery and that you have to manage the charge, but not happening yet. So there we go. You can power out of this there. And I'm braking later than I usually would at this corner, so we're going to see if that keeps working. But really close there. And you can kind of head towards the wall as you're finishing a race, even in time trials. As long as you don't hit the wall on this side of the lap, you're okay. And so that's a trick that guys use to maximize the finish of a race. They'll blast it right into the wall, but hitting the wall just after the finish line. So this one's interesting. Timer starts right away, even though the lap doesn't start yet. And there's 3 other cars, but 2 are behind you. And it might have been better if I went on the outside line here, but I didn't. I was braking too late, lost my traction. So, but there we go. Those guys aren't very fast yet. I'm looking forward to seeing some faster bots. I didn't bother testing the limits of damage here. You can usually get away with wall tags a little bit. I don't think this is a super strict time trial. I'm trying to avoid that. So I need to start turning earlier. That's the mistake I'm making there. I'm not turning as early as I should. So it's not always about braking. If you have the wrong trajectory, the correct braking points won't help you at all if you start steering at the wrong time. But again, this is an early event, no trouble, and the amount of battery charge that they gave us for just 1 1/3 lap is wow. That's a lot of battery charge. Again, I don't know how you could use it up. You don't have enough time to use up that battery charge. Very far ahead of Sims. Nothing to worry about here. Yep. Lots of time left over. You could take this very slow if you wanted to. Again, I'm trying to blast through everything. Oh boy, I cut that corner nice and close. I want to get used to really pushing the parameters of this track. Just something I like to get better and better at tracks. Well, that's going to wrap up stage 2 for us. If you want to get these videos as fast as possible, please subscribe. I'm going to be adding up all of these earnings and show you everything at the end of stage 5. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you tomorrow.